A blue balloon spun lazily under the ceiling fan, its color a careful choice, safer than pink, gentler than yellow. Below, the cake sat sliced, crumbs scattered on plastic plates like forgotten thoughts. Our son, frosting smeared in his hair, giggled at nothing, pure and unaware. I stood there forcing a smile, pretending I was still part of it all. I mentioned the family dinner tomorrow, casual, expecting agreement. Her sister's eyes widened. You didn't know? Her laugh wasn't mean, just startled, like I'd missed an obvious cue. My mother-in-law swiped through photos on her phone. Smiling faces, raised glasses, a cake eerily similar to ours, same blue. Something heavy shifted inside me, like a house rearranging itself in my chest. My wife leaned close, her voice light but sharp. Maybe catch the hint next time. That was it. I walked to the door, grabbed my jacket. The letter, folded tight like a buried promise, waited in the inner pocket. I handed it to her without a glance and left. The car was silent. Not angry, not cold, just done, like a book closed mid-sentence. I drove to the motel off Route 9, its sign flickering, vending machine stubborn for quarters. The key turned in the lock, final as a full stop. Inside, the room smelled of bleach and past mistakes. I sat on the bed, still in my party shirt, my son's blue frosting fingerprints on the sleeve looking like a fresh bruise. She used to run her fingers through my hair in the mornings, waking me gently, saying I looked peaceful asleep. She meant it as praise, not knowing how tightly I ground my teeth at night. The change wasn't sudden. It crept in, missed messages, sharp corrections in front of friends, new passwords, long calls and parked cars. I wanted to believe better, because love makes you stretch the truth until it snaps. But I knew, not just about the dinner but everything. Like sensing a tree will fall before it leans. At the motel, I brewed coffee in a cheap drip machine. It tasted like regret and cardboard, but I drank it. The letter was short, one page, rewritten 6 times. No venom, just clarity. A trust for our son. My share of the house signed over, no fight, no games. I didn't want the furniture, or her eventual apologies. I wanted air that didn't choke. I wanted to be a man my son wouldn't have to unlearn. Months earlier, a moment stuck with me. In the kitchen, she laughed on the phone, bright and easy, a sound I hadn't heard in ages. When she hung up, I asked who it was. Work, she said, but her smile lingered, not for me. I stood there, dish towel in hand, drying a plate already spotless. The next morning, I mailed the signed papers, a plain envelope with her name, no return address. She'd get them Tuesday. I didn't care if she cried or cursed. I wasn't trying to wound her, that's the difference. I just stopped shielding her. The motel offered weekly rates. I stayed 1 week, then 2. I found part-time work at a hardware store nearby, quiet tasks, fixing things with my hands. It felt like remembering how to breathe. I bought a used French press, made real coffee, started running at dawn. No music, just gravel crunching and my own breath. I wrote my son weekly, letters he's too young to read. Stories, memories, a guide for when he asks why. I saw her once at the grocery store. She didn't see me. Her cart held pre-sliced fruit and wine. She looked unchanged, maybe wearier. I felt no hate, no ache, just distance. She's still his mother, a woman I loved once, but not a home I need to revisit. Now mornings are slow. Birds chirp, toast pops, steam curls from a chipped mug. Silence is mine to break. When I think of my son, I don't dwell on loss. I picture the day he'll come here, when I'll show him the photos I saved, just him and me, and tell him, without bitterness, that love can end quietly, like a door easing shut. Walking away isn't weakness. It's hearing your own voice again.